Let us put ourselves in the presence of God. Please welcome our opening prayer.
Landas na kahit tingin sa'yo'y nilaan, bawat hakbang nito'y dusa't hirap ang laman. Sa kalooban ng Ama, napasakop kang ganap. Buhay mo, O Jesus, ang siyang alay na laban sa agos ng mundo, lumakad ka sa landas mo. Laban sa laban ng mundo, landas na sa pinalis mo. Sa'yo ako ay tatahak, kahit dilim ng luha ang nilakaran mong landas. Masakit man at dusa, dulot ng mundo'y kamtan. Bawat bakas ng iyong mga yapak, bawat takbang mo'y aking susundan.
Ay hirap mang gawin, kalooban mo'y tugtin. Pinili kong sundan, bakas ng iyong mga habag.
Ang buhay ko'y laan sa'yo kailanman. Maglilingkod sa'yo, Panginoon, hanggang wakas.
Laban sa agos ng mundo, lumakad ka sa landas mo.
Laban sa laban ng mundo, landas na sa pinais mo. Sa iyong mga yapak, ako ay tatahak, kahit
Tikim ng luha,
ang nilakaran mong landas. Masakit man at dusa, dulot ng mundo'y kamtan.
bawat bakas ng iyong mga yapak,
Bawat takbang mo'y aking susundan. Sa iyong mga yapak, ako ay tatahak, kahit tigib ng luha ang nilakaran mong landas. Pasakit man at dusa, dulot ng mundo'y kamtan.
ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Yang magiliw, pera sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lumang hinirang, guyang ka ng pag-ibig, sa manluluming, di ka masisingin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo bukaw, may tinatang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang pisang ng wataan mo'y ganun ay narangilin. Ang bituin na parang yakay at kamay di maghihiling. Lumanang-arang ng walang ibang sila, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na kamay ng langit, na mamalay ng dahil sa'yo.
Okay na. For our opening remarks, please welcome the Dean of the Students Affairs Office, Professor Jazz Roque Parado.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, let me congratulate Professor Fids Dela Cruz. Prof, you know why I'm congratulating you. You very well deserve it. And of course, maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak mo sa amin para sa to be the speaker for practicing better nutrition during better normal. Napapanahon talaga, especially now that Delta variant is paikot-ikot na sa paligid. Meaning, it's here with us, nandito na sa Pilipinas at hindi natin alam sino ba yung tatamaan, paano tayo tatamaan. In fact, I read an article that says, ang Delta variant now, it doesn't actually, it doesn't have symptoms, pero meron na sa katawan mo. Before you know it, it's too late. So mas deadly siya compared with the other variants that we know right now. So, napapanahon yung topic because yun lang naman ang panlaban natin sa ngayon. Kailangan palakasin natin ang ating katawan. And one way para mapalakas natin ang katawan is through better nutrition. And maybe hindi lang sa panahon na may pandemic tayo o sa ganitong panahon na may virus na lumalaganap, dapat yung better nutrition will always be on top of our list, on top of our priorities, because that's one way also na mas magiging maayos yung function ng ating pangangatawan, and at the same time, mas ma-maximize natin kung ano man yung mga ginagawa natin at kung ano man yung kayang ibigay ng ating pangangatawan at kaisipan. So without further ado, hindi ko na patatagalin because I know na gustong-gusto na nating lahat na matuto sa lahat na isi-share ng ating speaker today. Thank you so much again for sa pagbibigay mo ng iyong panahon sa amin, and thank you for always being there. Sana sa mga susunod naming webinar, nandyan ka pa rin para sa amin. Thank you so much and good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you, Prof. Jazz. To introduce our speaker, please welcome Nurse Irish Hernandez for the introduction of the speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our speaker for today is an expert in the field of nutrition. He finished his Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics at Our Lady Fatima University in 2012. After which, he took and passed the Nutritionist Dietitian Licensure Examination given by the Professional Regulation Commission. Thereafter, he held different positions in various local government units in the NCR, in Luzon, and in the Visayas as clinical nutritionist, nutrition officer, project officer, and as nutritionist dietitian. Furthermore, our distinguished speaker has attended several seminars and trainings in the field of nutrition that further enhance his skills and expertise in the said field. Currently, He is a nutritionist dietitian too in the city government of Malabon and also a part-time professor in our beloved university. It is with pride and honor that I present to you Mr. Fidel Baltazar P. de la Cruz, our speaker in our webinar entitled Practicing Better Nutrition During Better Normal. Thank you.
Puwede na po ako mag-share screen, ma'am? Ayan,
Yes po,
okay.
sir.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you very much po. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So welcome po in our discussion about practicing better nutrition during better normal. So, Professor Jazz, good afternoon po, no? So actually, tama po yung sinabi ni Prof. Jazz that nutrition is our, kumbaga, panlaban, no? Sa mga sakit na dumarating. Kasi without better nutrition, then your immune system will also be decreasing. So technically, you can be easily affected by any form of illness, especially yung COVID-19 na we are experiencing right now. So maybe pwede tayong maapektuhan or pwede tayong mahawaan agad-agad without practicing better nutrition. So we would like to say thank you to Ma'am Irish, no, for giving us the opportunity because this is a timely discussion for everyone na ma-orient natin sila or mabigyan natin sila ng information with regards to better nutrition during better normal. Okay? So let me start my discussion. Yan. My first question about you guys, like what are the changes happens when COVID-19 strikes our nation? Di ba, we all know that there are lots of changes happened in our society right now. So let me discuss with you the before and the present situation of our nation. So as you can see before, like, of course, we can travel anywhere in the Philippines and outside of the country, di ba? Like, if we want to go to Cebu, if we want to go to Davao, or if we want to go to Hong Kong, like that. So, we are just waiting for peace to pair so that we can travel anywhere. So that is our situation before. Then also, we can dine in and share food all the time, di ba? Especially when dining out with our family, like we can share food with each other. Minsan, sinusubo pa natin sa family natin yung kinain natin, di ba? So that is our before situation. Then we can do hangouts with our friends and having a cup of coffee, especially with us. Like if we want to go out, usually nagko-coffee tayo with friends, di ba? So dati ganun yung situation natin, but of course, there are modifications and changes na in the present time. Then also, we can do gatherings in one place. Like for example, we want to conduct trainings or we want to have a meetings, no? Like we can do gatherings, no? And also, we can walk and do work without wearing face mask and face shield. So that is our before situation. How about in the present time? Okay. So as you can see, we cannot walk without face shield and face mask, which is, it's hard for us to breathe. I know every one of you are agree about this, di ba? Like, ang hirap huminga, ang hirap magsalita, then andyan yung pwede tayong huliin ng mga enforcers dahil we're not wearing face mask and face shield. And next, no gatherings are allowed. So if permitted, in limited number only, di ba? For example, magkakaroon tayo ng meeting. Usually, we converted our meetings through Zoom or through Google Meet. And if we are permitted to do face-to-face, like 10 to 20 person lang, no, sa isang location, so medyo mahirap. So there are adjustment pa. And also, we cannot hang out with our friends. We are not able to hug and kiss our parents and children, and we cannot do meetups and we can do meetups through online platform na lang, no? Pero alam nyo guys, aminin man natin sa hindi, yes, mahirap ang COVID-19 pandemic, like we converted into online, but kung titignan nyo naman, we can spend most of our time with our family. So that is the positive ano naman ng COVID, like hindi tayo lumalabas, but still the time with our family is mas longer siya, and we can eat, no, though kanya-kanyang gamit, but still we can bond with our family despite of this pandemic. Okay, for safety purposes, we prefer to go or take out rather than to dine in. So solo-solo muna tayo sa pagkain, di ba ganyan? So anong ulam mo lang, no? Kasi we are not able to share our food, no? So that is the condition of our present time compare to our befores, no? So now let's discuss about changes about nutrition practices or what happened in nutrition practices. That's why we are discussing about better nutrition during the better normal, because we want you to realize the importance of nutrition whether there are pandemic, no? So as you can see, before, we don't care what we eat. Is it everyone agree? Like we want to eat that, we want to eat this, di ba? Like majority of our meals, no, yung food choices natin ay hindi po healthy. So that is before. And also, we don't drink vitamins and supplements. Like, okay, it's okay for me to drink now, then tomorrow wala na muna, then the other day wala. Kumbaga, kumbaga seasonal lang din yung pag-inom natin ng vitamins, no? Kung kailan nakakaramdam na tayo ng mga ubot-sipon, saka lang tayo umiinom ng vitamins. And also, we drink and smoke too much, di ba? Siyempre, like when hanging with friends, like we drink and we smoke too much, no? And also, we don't focus about illness. So wala akong pakialam kasi malusog naman yung katawan ko, like that. Then, in short, carefree and YOLO, or you only live once. So that are some of the practices that we are doing before. But now, since pandemic strike us, so in the present time, we patronize healthy food choices already, di ba? Takot kang magkasakit ng COVID, that's why bumibili ka ng sandamakmak na gulay, di ba? I know every one of you are scared to be infected by COVID-19. That's why ang healthy food choices natin ay nagbago din. And also, we buy and drink vitamins to boost our immune system. Yung iba nga po ba dyan, umiinom pa ng 1,500 milligrams of ascorbic acid, no? Eh before, hindi ka naman nainom dahil sa takot mo lang magka-COVID, aba napainom ka ng vitamins and yung mga other supplements to boost your immune system. And also, since we are scared to be infected, our consumption of alcohol and cigarette becomes lesser, di ba? Since we know that COVID-19 attacks our lungs, that's why smoking was reduced. And also, we buy insurance and having regular check-up, di ba? Since we know that pandemic causes crisis, no? That's why hindi natin afford ang magkasakit. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng interest for insurance and regular check-up. And also, before, carefree tayo, but now, we are scared to die. Di ba? Naniniwala ba kayo dyan? Natatakot po ba tayong mamatay gawa ng COVID? Di ba? So in the present time, totoo po ito na we are scared to die due to COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. That's why instead of using the word new normal, use the better normal, no? Kasi just to be positive, yes, we are in the new normal, but still we can do more, or we can do positive result pa din naman whether we are experiencing pandemic. Okay, so this is my question, or some of our client asking us, so can we prevent this through proper nutrition? No? Like for example, I'm scared to be infected by COVID-19 pandemic. That's why I'm asking if can we prevent this through proper nutrition? Yes, of course, we can. We can prevent COVID-19 transmission through proper nutrition. But the question is, how can we prevent this? So let's take a look about our discussion. So let's discuss about proper nutrition and in better normal. Yeah. This is quite interesting discussion, no? Like, what can you see at the image, di ba? Anong nakikita natin sa screen? Of course, there are two ladies standing in front of us, no? The other lady from the left side, consuming vegetable regularly. Habang sa kabila naman, that is a woman consuming fatty foods, fried food, fried chicken like that, cakes or anything sweets, no? So technically, sa body shape pa lang, makikita mo na yung difference. That the woman consuming vegetable is quite slim compared to the woman eating sweets and oily food na medyo lumalaki talaga yung kanyang pangangatawan. So tanungin natin yung sarili natin, saan tayo kabilang dito? The left or the right? 'Di ba? So i-realize nyo po, saan nga ba ako kabilang dyan? Kapag tinignan ko ba yung sarili ko, kamukha ko ba yung babaeng kumakain ng matatamis? Or kamukha ko po ba yung babaeng kumakain ng gulay? No?
In
Diba?
between po, Prof, pwede.
Diba? In between. So actually, we can do balance naman. We can eat sometimes ng sweets and fatty food, but in moderation. Diba? But most of the time, dapat ang kinakain natin is yung madadahong gulay or vegetable. That's why may word akong inilagay dito sa gilid, we are what we eat. So whatever result or so whatever figure that we have right now, it's because of the food that we consume every day. So technically, tayo ang gumagawa kung ano itsura natin ngayon, di ba? So technically, we should have our, kumbaga, good food choices, no? So that we attain good nutritional status as well as good figure. Okay? Yan. Look at your body in front of the mirror. Sino kayo dito? Are you an apple shape or are you a pear shape? Di ba? So paano natin madidistinguish if you are apple or pear? If you have the visible fat part of then that shape. If the body fat is visible at the upper part of your body, and that is the apple shape. So now, what is the difference between apple and pear shape? Okay? In apple shape, like what I have mentioned a while ago, that the fat is visible in the upper part of your body, but you are prone to heart diseases. That's why if you think that the fat is visible at your upper part, then you should manage your diet because you are there are a potential for you to have a heart disease, no? And for pear shape naman, like the body fat is visible at the lower extremities or the lower part of your body. So technically, you are prone to diabetes. So mas mahirap din po yun, no? Kaya kapag nakita natin dito na we are one of that shape, then we should manage our diet. Meron po ba dito mga Coca-Cola shape? Or meron dito yung mga hourglass, ang mga hugis ng katawan? Or meron ditong Coke in can? Ganun. No? So, tignan din natin, no? Kung ano yung mga hugis natin sa katawan so that we are aware of managing our diet. Yeah. We have three lifestyle at the lower part of this presentation. We have the unhealthy eating, we have the physical inactivity, and we have that tobacco use. So now let's focus on unhealthy eating because we are talking about proper nutrition or better nutrition. That's why we need to focus on unhealthy eating. You know what, guys? If you're not practicing proper nutrition and if you're eating like a king, kumbaga, like kinakain nila at ng gusto nyo without concerning kung ano yung pwedeng maging balik nung kinakain natin. So technically, ito yung pwedeng maging result. If we have a unhealthy eating, then technically, you have the chances to have a cancer. Then if we are eating too much fat, then it can cause cardiovascular diseases. Then somehow, if our body is not active, then technically baka pwedeng mag-collapse yung lungs kasi hindi siya napapractice mag-pump or mag-inhale, exhale. So you can be a candidate for chronic respiratory disease and also the most popular, the diabetes, no? Especially if we are a fan of eating sweets, no? Tapos mamantika, then good luck po kapag ganun ang practice natin. Then technically, that four non-communicable diseases will be attainable kapag ganun po ang ating practice. Yes. I have a sample here. So which among the choices are prone to COVID-19 pandemic, ay COVID-19 disease, no, or illness? So titignan natin, we have three nutritional status here. We have the undernutrition, we have the normal, and we have the overnutrition. So let's take a look kung sino po or which among of the choices are prone to COVID-19. So guys, check nyo na po yung mga timbang nyo kung saan kayo ka-qualify dyan, ha? Okay. Kapag undernutrition ka, no, or kapag mababa yung timbang mo, your immune system is somehow weaker, di ba? Which is true. Kapag undernutrition tayo, ang immune system natin is not that stronger compared to a normal, no? So technically, kapag mababa ang immune system natin, you can be easily affected by COVID-19, and it's hard for you to recover immediately because you are undernourished, di ba? So walang panlaban yung katawan mo sa mga viruses or bacteria na nagkakos ng illness. In overnutrition, since mataas ang timbang natin, tapos medyo hindi nagiging active yung katawan natin, at marami tayong fat sa katawan, then you are prone to non-communicable diseases or yung mga sakit na hindi nakakahawa, gaya ng pulmonary problem, heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. Then technically, that for non-communicable diseases are considered as comorbidity. So let's check our weight, kung saan nga po ba tayo mapapabilang. Compared to normal nutritional status, of course, your status is good, di ba? Your health status is good. Yes, you can be affected by COVID-19 pa rin naman, but can easily recover because your immune system is in a good status then. That's why advantage po if we have our normal weight. So as, ayoko na tanungin, pero tanungin natin ng mga sarili natin, saan ka nga ba kabilang dyan? Ikaw po ba ay undernourished? Ikaw po ba ay overnourished or normal, di ba? Ako alam ko kung nasaan ako, kaya natatakot ako, no? So you should ask yourself, no? And we need to take actions na to prevent the chances of having a COVID-19. Okay. This is our reference in checking our body mass index, no? So we have the classification at the left side, and we have the range on the right side. If you are underweight, so technically, less than 18 po ang inyong body mass index. Then if you are normal, so ang range po niya is from 18.5 to 24.9. For overweight, the range of 25 to 29.9. For obesity 1, from 30 to 34.9. Obesity 2 is 35 to 39.9, and extreme obesity or the level 3 is less than or equal to 40 BMI. Maybe si Ma'am Iris can check your nutritional status if you, or your BMI if you want to check, no? Maybe we can start checking our BMI as well as our weight so that we can do actions kapag medyo nagkukulang na tayo or sumusobra po tayo sa ating timbang. Okay. So how can we maintain our good nutritional status? Of course, we have ways to maintain our good nutritional status. So I'll just show you some of our presentation if how can we maintain our good nutritional status. So first of all, we should take note of the following. So we have the mubaba. Sabi niya mubaba, parang kanta sa Hawaii. Mubaba, di ba? So let's discuss about the mubaba. Mubaba, or let's start with mu. Mu means moderation. Meaning, in moderation, you should not eat too much and don't eat less. Dapat equal. Kasi if we consume too much food, it will cause obesity. Then if we eat less, it will cause underweight. Diba? So walang equal sa kanilang dalawa. But if we eat sufficiently or if we eat enough for ourselves or for our body, then technically we will attain good weight and nutritional status. Then we have the the variety. So meaning, eat different type of food because no single food can provide all the nutrients needed by our body. So technically in Tagalog, walang iisang pagkain ang nagtataglay ng lahat ng sustansya. That's why we need to eat different type of food. For example, sabi mo, I just want to lose weight, that's why egg lang ang kakainin ko. But that is wrong, no? Kasi may nutrient ang egg but not enough for our body. And we need to eat another food para makuha natin yung ibang nutrients na meron yun nang wala sa itlog so that we can completely absorb those nutrients needed by our body coming from different types of food. And lastly, we have the balance, no? The balance. Meaning, we should eat food based in 3 basic food groups, which is the go, grow, and glow. Hindi yung sasabihin mo, kakain lang ako ng puro karne kasi yun ang sabi ni chef ganyan, sabi ni doc ganyan, sabi ni sir ganyan, ito ang kakainin ko, na karne lang daw kasi papayat ako. Hindi po tama yon. Kasi for us to have a balanced diet, then we should eat coming from the 3 basic food groups, no? So let's just discuss about the 3 basic food groups. Yan. We have the go, grow, and glow, no? Kapag sinabi mong go, this is the energy giving, no? Yan. So example of energy giving are the kanin, bigas, pareho lang. Tinapay, mais, ganyan. Cereals, noodles, and root crops. As well as the suman are the energy-giving food. So why do we need to eat energy-giving food? Kasi siya yung nagiging fuel ng katawan natin to do our obligations every day. It can give us energy to perform the tasks that we need to do. And next is the grow food or the repair and build muscles. So these are the high protein food, no? Or yung mga malalaman, mga karne, di ba? Gaya ng karne ng baboy, gaya ng karne ng manok, karne ng isda, karne ng baka. Yung actually mga lentils and legumes are considered as grow food, no? And also, yung mga dairy products are grow foods. And next is the glow or the body regulation. We have the fruits and vegetables. So if we want to maintain the balance of our hormones like that, or if we want to balance our yung mga body nutrients, then you should eat glow foods, no? So technically itong tatlong pagkain na to ay dapat magkakasama, no? So do you think, guys, why healthy diet is important, no? Healthy diet is important because it will help you to improve the way we think, di ba? Totoo yan. Kapag ikaw ba nagugutom, nakakapag-isip ka pa ng maayos, di ba umiinit ulo mo? No, that's why we need to have healthy diet so that we can think properly, no? Or we are able to think ng mas maayos compare mo kapag nagugutom tayo. And also, it will help us to make our body stronger, which is, totoo naman, kapag kumain ka, like nare-replenish yung mga loss mo ng sugar, no? At na-charge yung katawan mo gamit yung mga pagkain. So mas nagiging malakas tayo if we have our healthy diet. And next, it prevent non-communicable diseases like what I have mentioned a while ago, like cancer, kidney, heart, and pulmonary problem, no? Kasi sa diet nagsisimula lahat. If we fail to do or if we fail to practice better nutrition, or if we fail to manage our diet, no, so technically the non-communicable diseases will exist, no. Magsisilabasan yan, lalong-lalo na po kapag nasa 40 years old na kayo, di ba? Pansin nyo ba kapag tumanda na kayo ng 40 years old, either hindi na kayo nag-lose ng weight, nagkakaroon na kayo ng maintenance like that because of healthy diet is absent, no? Yun po yung mga nagiging consequence if we not practice our healthy diet. Okay? And as a note for everyone, make sure that your weight is balanced to your height, no? Hindi yung okay lang matangkad ka naman kahit mataba ka, hindi po tama din 'yon, no? Okay lang payat ka naman, maliit ka naman, okay lang, hindi din po tama 'yon. We should balance, no, our weight our weight and our height. So dapat balance po 'yan. So check natin 'yan through BMI. Yan. Are you familiar with pinggang Pinoy? I think some of you are not familiar with this pa, no? But I think some of you are familiar with this, no? So this is the pinggang Pinoy, or what we call as the pinggang Pinoy. So this is our guide in managing our meal every day. So technically, ang hatian po kasi talaga ng ating kinakain dapat is 1/4 ang kanin, 1/4 ang protein source, then 1/2 po ay fruit and vegetables. But I think some of you, hindi po ito nasusunod kasi half po ng plato kanin. Tama po ba? No. Siguro, no, minsan buong plato puro kanin, no? Kasi ang sarap nga daw po kumain, no? Pero technically, every meal po natin, it should be 1/4 rice lang and 1/4 our protein source, then the other half should be the fruit and vegetable, no? At kung makikita nyo, they are complete package of Go, Grow, and Glow. And also, don't forget a glass of water. So this is the example of one-day meal plan, no, na pwede nating sundan with our diet, no. So technically, connected pa rin ito sa pag-prevent natin ng COVID kasi if we are following this plate, then technically nakukuha natin yung sufficient nutrients that we need, no, to sustain our body or our nutritional status good. Okay. So as you can see for breakfast, there is a 1 cup of rice, there's a fish and an egg, and fruit and vegetables. So complete siya. Also for lunch, like 1 cup of rice, 1 slice of fish, there's a fruit and vegetable, and almost the same with dinner, no? So parang balance lang po yan, no? Tigwa 1 cup. Then also we can have our AM snack and PM snack. Wag po natin masyadong tipirin yung sarili natin. Baka sabihin nyo, bakit, di ba, baka tataba kami kapag nakaka-snacks? Actually, hindi ho. Like if you have this balanced diet, then kumbaga, pwede kayong mag-snacks ng AM and PM snacks. Kasi look guys, halimbawa nag-breakfast ka, no? Tapos hindi ka nagmerienda, medyo mahaba yung oras na tatakbuin. Within 4 hours, na wala na po yung kinain natin sa sikmura natin kasi na-burn na siya. Tapos hindi ka nag-AM snacks, pagdating ng lunch, gutom na gutom ka, mas mapaparami ka ng kain. That's why may in-between tayong AM and PM snacks para medyo pang-satisfy na sa sikmura natin so that hindi tayo mag-consume ng too much food on the next meal. That's why we need to have AM and PM snacks. And also we should drink 8 glasses of water or more. So technically kapag summer, we need to drink 12 glasses at least. Pero kapag ganito namang cold ang weather, then technically 8 is enough. But if we can drink more, then better. So this is the real sample again of sample one-day meal plan. So this is kumbaga comparison between the plate of a male and a female, no. Sabi ng guide natin, like male has a greater portion of meal than women. Siyempre magre-react ang mga kababaihan, bakit may babae din namang malakas kumain di ba? Pero technically in a balanced diet, mas malaki talaga ang kinakain ng lalaki compare mo sa babae because of mas nag-exert daw ng energy ang lalaki compare mo sa babae. And also, male has a greater portion of muscles which is sa babae kasi puro fat. So that's why mas malaki ang portioning ng kinakain ng lalaki compare mo sa babae. Then kung gusto po natin gayahin ang plato ng lalaki, baka pwede pong maipon ng maipon, lalo pong tataba ang kababaihan dahil fat nga po ang nasa component ng kanilang katawan, which is compared sa lalaki na puro muscles po. No? And based on our recommendation for sample 1-day meal plan, we should drink at least 1 glass of milk daily. Then I will explain to you later on why 1 glass of milk is very important in our diet. So you will be surprised bakit kailangan po, especially sa kababaihan. Okay. Look at your palm. Tignan nyo nga mo yung mga palad niyo, mga ma'am and sir. Yan. As you can see at your palm, so this is the size of your meat allowance per meal. Kapag kakain po kayo kung gaano po kalaki yung palad nyo, then that is the allowance. No? Palad lang po, baka mamay sama nyo pa mga daliri. Sobrang laki na po niyan. Ha? Dapat sa palad lang po natin, no? Nakikita nyo po yung palad nyo, that is the portion size of your meat allowance per day. Ganyan lang po kalaki. Kaso si ma'am, humihirit, meron pa po kong kabila, ibig sabihin dalawa. Hindi po ganun yun ha. Per meal po yun, isang kamay lang po ang sukat ng ating meal allowance every meal. Okay? Yan. First advice everyone, we should eat quality protein. No? So ang protein nakakatulong po yan sa pagpapalakas ng katawan natin. No? Kasi nire-repair niya yung mga muscles natin as well as yung mga kasukasuhan. No? So we can eat egg every day, because an egg a day is okay, no? But if you have a heart illness, no? Or kung meron dinadamdam yung mga puso natin, except nung iniwan kayo ng mga jowa ha, yung mga puso lang natin na nung nagkakaroon ng heart disease kasi nagkaroon ng sakit, no? Twice a week is okay, no? Na egg allowance. Pero po kapag kayo ay nasa regular condition naman, like wala kayong sakit, then an egg a day is okay. At least 1 egg a day is okay. Then we can consume legumes and shrimp as they have the special protein to help us improve our body. No, hindi lang po dapat sana tayo puro karne ng baboy or baka maybe we can explore the benefit na pwede nating makuha ng mga special proteins coming from legumes and shrimp. Okay. And of course, let's eat pork, beef, chicken, and fish as they have the quality protein that are essential in our body. Kasi yung pork, beef, chicken, and fish, sila po yung matataas talaga sa protein na in a small portion pa lang, sobrang taas na ng protein component na nakukuha natin. No? So don't forget to include in your diet yung protein na kailangan natin kainin. Then consume dairy products every day, no? Why do we need to consume dairy products every day? Eh sabi ng pasyente ko, nagtatay ako pag uminom ako ng gatas eh, 'di ba? So technically kailangan po talaga natin uminom ng gatas, no? Kasi they are the food sources that are high in calcium, no? Which help our... Hindi na wala eh. Okay. Sorry, may tumawag po kasi pag may tumatawag, nawawala ako sa line. Okay. So, consume dairy product, no, dahil mataas sila sa calcium source to help our body to, kumbaga, mas maging strong yung ating mga bones. Next, based on studies, calcium has a participation in regulating blood pressure. But still, this is based on studies. Kasi based sa pagkakaalam namin, may kakombine pa po ang calcium to prevent or regulate the blood pressure. But still, wala na rin pong masama kung maniniwala as long as umiinom po tayo ng milk, no? Para po magkaroon tayo ng calcium source. Then, lastly, ito po yung sinasabi ko sa mga kababaihan, why do you need to drink a glass of milk every day? No? Kasi you know what? Kapag hindi kayo umiinom ng gatas, especially for women, you have the highest chances to have osteoporosis. Why? Every month, during your menstrual period, 1% of your calcium in your body were released, no? Sa dugo, no? So kapag nireregla po tayo, so 1% of calcium natin is nawawala, no? So masama sa nailalabas natin. So nagkakaroon tayo ng calcium loss. That's why we need to drink milk at least to replenish that 1% na nawawala sa katawan ng kababaihan. Then if you're not drinking calcium rich food, or if you're not drinking milk, then technically that 1% calcium released in your blood every menstrual period is hindi napapalitan, then technically, dahan-dahan, mamaya nagkaka-osteoporosis na po pala tayo. No? So if you're not drinking milk, then calibrate your diet. Include that in your diet. Okay? So eat fruits and vegetables every day. So why do we need to eat fruits and vegetable every day? But ito yung gustong-gusto kong tanungin, especially sa mga client namin. Sino po dito ang hindi kumakain ng prutas at gulay? Siguro naman lahat po kumakain po ng fruits and vegetables, no? Kasi po hindi po maganda na hindi tayo kumakain ng prutas at gulay. Bakit? Fruit and vegetables are high in vitamins and minerals, and it will help us to increase our immune system to fight COVID-19. Diba? Sabi nga natin kanina, kakain ako ng iba't ibang prutas at gulay kasi kapag na-absorb ito ng katawan ko, then technically all the nutrients that needed by my body ay na-absorb ng katawan ko. So tataas ang immune system mo. Yes, andyan ang COVID-19 pandemic, but it will help you to prevent that or prevent the transmission of virus, no, sa pangangatawan natin. That's why we need to eat fruits and vegetables. And also, fruit and vegetables is rich in fiber that will help our digestion clean. Di ba napapansin nyo, kumain kayo ng sandamakmak na dahon, ng litsugas, or repolyo, ganyan, kangkong. Di ba mamaya bigla kayo magsi-CR? Kasi technically, fina-flash out na niya, no? Or dahan-dahan, lalabas na rin siya kasi siya yung walis ng ating sikmura. Then somehow it will help yung mga madadahong gulay na isama po yung mga toxins sa katawan natin palabas, no? That's why nire-recommend namin na kumain kayo ng madadahong gulay. And somehow, it will prevent constipation and colon cancer. Is there anyone here na laging nagko-constipate? Sana wala naman, no? Kasi the 3 days na hindi ka mag-release ng dumi, no? Deadly na po yun. Medyo delikado na po yun. Kasi kapag paulit-ulit tayong ganon, baka mamaya it will cause colon cancer. So if you are constipated, so i-regulate nyo lang po yung pagkain ng mga madadahong gulay at pag-inom-inom ng maraming tubig to regulate your bowel movement. No? So we should be scared if we are constipated. No? Dapat aksyonan nyo na po. Baka kasi uwi yan sa pagkakaroon ng colon cancer. Then, ito yung pinakagusto kong word sa pagkain ng gulay at prutas, no? So if you want to become beautiful, no? Kung gusto niyo pong maging maganda at makinis sa mga gabalat na kumikintab-kintab, no? Kumain po ng fruit and vegetable every day. Yan. Drink safe and clean water, no? Why water is important? So but before ko i-discuss ang importance ng water, you should drink 8 to 12 glasses of water or more every day to hydrate your skin, hair, eyes, and to release toxins in our body. Diba? So kung makikita nyo kung kumikintab yung mga balat natin because hydrated tayo. No? Our water content in our body is sufficient. No? Kaya uminom lang po tayo ng drink 8 to 12 glasses or more every day. No, tapos nakakalabas siya ng toxins, especially when we are urinating or when we are pinagpapawisan, there are toxins na nai-release na. So kailangan natin uminom ng safe and clean water. So what are the signs that your body is lacking of water? So may mga signs din tayo kapag napansin niyo pong kulang na yung tubig sa ating katawan, no? Usually, you will be experiencing headaches and lightheadedness, no? So masakit yung ulo, feeling mo lumulutang ka, that is sign of lacking of water kasi dehydrated na din po yung ating bandang ulunan, no? And this is the championship, no? Our breath becomes bad, saka may dry mouth na po, no? So medyo napapansin mo na amoy mo na ang Pasig River, no? Habang nagsasalita kapag tayo po ay medyo kulang na po sa tubig, no? Then also, you can experience constipation and other digestive issue, no? So hirap ka ng dumumi kasi po kulang din po tayo sa safe and clean water, no? So medyo kapag nagkukulang na tayo sa tubig, then we need to drink more water. And also fatigue and lethargy, no? If you are dehydrated, mas madali kang mapagod, mas nagkakaroon tayo ng tendency na magkakaroon ng lethargy. So that's why we need to drink water. And also the joint and muscle pain. Mapapansin nyo yan masakit sa tuhod, ganyan. So akala nyo, pinagbibintangan nyo pa yung mga buto-buto ng gulay. But technically, water has also a participation para hindi po sumakit yung mga joints and muscles natin. And it accelerated heartbeat. That napapansin nyo yun kapag umiinom tayo ng maraming kape, nagpapalpitate tayo because the water component of our body is decreasing, no? Naiihi natin siya ng naiihi. Parang kapag umiinom tayo ng alak, pag napaparami tayo ng alak, tapos may lasing na tayo, 'di ba ang sinasabi nila, we need to drink water or enough water para pagising mo hindi sumasakit ang ulo. Kasi po, if you drink the alcohol, tapos umihi ka, tubig yung iniihi mo, ang naiiwan sa katawan mo yung alak. That's why you need to drink water, no, after drinking alcohol or coffee para hindi tayo nagpapalpitate, no? So yun po yung mga signs of having a lacking of water in our body. But also there are benefits in drinking water, no? As you can see, it will help you to lose weight, 'di ba? Nakakabawas po talaga ng timbang ang tubig, especially sabi niya, diet ako, tubig lang iinumin ko, no? Hindi ka umiinom ng soft drinks, no? Kasi walang asukal ang tubig. There's no calories in water. That's why it can help you to lose weight. And also healthy skin, no? For you to have a brighter and radiant skin, then drink enough water. It can also fight infection, which is true. It can get rid of body toxins, no? So lahat ng toxins natin sa katawan, once we drink enough water, then mai-excrete po natin na yan through urine or treatment or to no? Yeah, we need enough water. So it will healthy heart, na-discuss ko naman kanina, and it prevent joint pains and arthritis, it boosts energy, it prevent constipation, it reduces risk of cancer, and improves productivity. So that are the benefits of water. So wag po natin kakalimutan ng tubig, no? Maski po anong mangyari, you should drink 8 to 12 glasses of water. Konting sakripisyo para sa mabuting pangangatawan. Okay. We have the SOS, no? So ano yung SOS? That is the salty, oily, and sweet. And we should limit that, no? We should limit the SOS, lalong-lalo na dito yung mga may hilig kumain ng matataba, kumain ng maalat, kumain ng matatamis, na kaligayahan nila po ang pagkain nito, no? We should limit the SOS. Then why do we need to limit that? Especially for oily food. You should limit oily and fatty food. But you should be honest with me. This is one of your favorite, di ba? Lalong-lalo na yung mga malulutong na taba ng lechon, ganyan, mga taba-taba ng baboy, ganyan. Tapos minsan, yung kanin na binubudburan pa ng mantika tsaka toyo kasi masarap daw, di ba? Tapos kakain ka ng tinapay, palaman mo, isang damakmak na mayonnaise, no? Good luck. So that are the fatty food or the oily food that we need to limit. But masarap naman talaga siya. Pero we need to limit that to prevent heart diseases din, no? Tapos, alam niyo po ba, kapag nililimit din po natin ang oily and fatty food, it will help us to prevent blood pressure. No? Totoo po yan. Kasi yung cholesterol na nade-deposit coming from that fatty food is mas nababawasan kapag nililimit din natin siya. And it will help the build up of cholesterol and possibilities of having heart disease and other illness. That's why we need to limit our oily and fatty food. So as a recommendation, as a nutritionist dietitian, lalong-lalo na po kapag tumatanda tayo, we recommend different type or different ways of cooking, no? So instead of using cooking oil for frying food or instead of using cooking oil as a form of cooking, in a form of cooking, then we should try grilling and boiling to reduce the consumption of oil. And also, for example, in grilling, once you grill that meat, so technically the fat reduces, as well as in boiling. Once na pinapakuluan mo yung karne, lumalabas yung ibang taba doon na pwede nating tanggalin. So ibig sabihin, sustained ang lasa pero bawas ang taba and cholesterol. No? So we should limit yung paggamit niyan. Also for steaming, no? Lalong-lalo na kapag tumatanda kayo, kasi humihina na rin po ang inyong mga metabolism. Humihina din po yung mga metabolism ninyo, kaya kailangan in other form din po ng pagluluto, yung mas lumalambot yung ating kinakain, no? Para hindi tayo maging constipated. So we have the good fats and bad fats, no? Kung ikaw tatanungin ko, sino kakainin niyo dyan? Avocado o yung pizza? Siyempre sabi niya yung pizza kasi yun sarap, no? Pero siyempre, yung pizza, yung margarine, butter, chips, and cupcakes are included in bad fats. Compared to salmon, to avocado, to legumes and peanut butter, they are the good fats. Alam ko, iniisip ninyo bakit kasama ang avocado sa good fat, di ba sabi niyo mataas ang cholesterol? Cholesterol, di ba? Actually, ang avocado po, mataas ang cholesterol niya, pero good cholesterol. And it will help you to prevent heart disease. No? Kaya hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na hindi kayo kakain ng avocado kasi mataas ang cholesterol. Mataas ang cholesterol niya, pero good cholesterol po ang avocado. No? Pati yung mga mani that are good cholesterol. Yan. Limit salty food. No? Alam ko po kayo ay lihitimong mga taga Malabon. And alam ko sa Malabon, patis is life. Di ba? Sino dito yung kakain, kailangan binubudburan ng patis yung kanin. Di ba? So, yun. Who among of you are, patis is life, no? Or sometimes, sino dito yung kumakain ka na ng maalat, may sausayo sa gilid, di ba? Pero naman duman may target wag. Kung kayo putin, those limit. Those are the practices that we need to limit because it will cause problem in our body. So alam naman natin, di ba, ang lagi natin sinasabi, huwag ka masyadong kumakain ng maalat because it will affect your kidney, which is very true. Kasi yung absorption niya, mag-overload kapag maalat po ang kinain natin. Then also, we should be careful in consuming salty food. It runs in your bloodstream that causes hypertension. So ano po ang simple explanation nito? Kapag kumukonsumo tayo ng sobrang alat, no? So for example, these are my blood vessels, no? Sa blood vessel po natin, sinisip-sip po niya yung sodium. Then technically kapag sinipsip niya yung sodium, nakakakuha po siya ng tubig, no? So in your bloodstream po, pumapasok din yung tubig. So kapag nakapasok na yung tubig sa bloodstream natin, so technically magkakaroon ng pagbara. So mas tumataas yung pressure, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng hypertension. Kaya po, mapapansin nyo kapag kayo po ay may sakit sa puso or kayo po ay may high blood, ang at
Mukhang nawala po si sir. Ayan, ayan.
sorry, may tumawag po kasi sa phone ko, naka-mobile data. Na-cut, sorry. So let's continue po. yan. Yan. Sinasabi, stress reliever ko ang cake. No? Or who among of you are... Oh, wait. Okay. So who among of you are fanatic of sweets, no? Sino dito yung nagsasabing stress reliever ko ang cake? Sino nagsasabi dito na soft drinks adds life? And happy pill ko ang sweets? Meron ba? No? So some of us kasi sabi natin ang saya-saya kumain ng matamis. Parang oh my god, it's heaven to eat cakes like that, no? Tapos if I drink soft drinks, oh my god, like bawi lahat ng pagod ko. 'Di ba may mga ganong episodes tayo sa sarili na ang sweets talaga is lagi natin kinukonsumo kasi feeling natin na nare-relieve niya yung stress. But that is deadly, mga ma'am and sir. That's why we need to control our po, no? Kasi tapos ang lakas pa natin kumain ng matatabang pagkain, then you are candidate for obesity or gaining too much weight that leads to diabetes, no? I know alam niyo na po 'yan that eating too much sweets will cause diabetes. Okay lang paminsan-minsan ang pagkonsumo but limit as much as possible, okay? Kasi it's somehow bad to our health kasi marami yung um, mga fatty acids that can destroy our body. Yeah. This is a quite interesting presentation, this part, no? We have the sugar overload. So let's measure the sugar that we consume in one drinking kumbaga sa isang inuman natin ng matamis. Okay? Look at the screen, guys, no? Uminom ako ng isang Coca-Cola na 600 ml. So that is equivalent of 16 teaspoon of sugar. 'Di ba? Ang yaman. Ilan lang allowance ko ng asukal sa isang araw, uminom na ako ng soft drinks, bawi agad lahat ng asukal, no? Tapos uminom ako ng, let's say, Lipton peach iced tea na 500 ml. So technically, if you drink that, there are 6.5 teaspoon of um, sugar already. How about the Mountain Dew, 'di ba? Alam natin if we eat our meal, masarap minsan mag Mountain Dew or Coca-Cola. So let's say Mountain Dew. There are 19 teaspoon of sugar na isang laklakan lang po natin ng soft drinks na yan. Then technically ganyan karami po ng asukal ang kanyang component. That's why we need to limit our sweet beverages kasi it has a high sugar content that can lead to obesity, no? Or sometimes magkakos siya ng diabetes, okay? So at least I showed you a reference of sugar overload that can be useful in managing your diet. Okay. So what is your battle, no? Sabi niya sa Coke pa rin ako kasi it adds life, no? Pero if we compare the battle between Coke and water, so technically, soft drinks can cause tooth decay. It has 65 grams of sugar. It can cause cancer. It can cause diabetes and obesity. No? Mahal ng Coke ang pangangatawan natin kasi nagbibigay siya ng sakit. Compare mo sa tubig na it's a healthy and fresh, no sugar, no calorie, revitalizing, refreshing, and natural. And additional po guys, if you drink soft drinks, for example, ayoko nang sabihin yung brand, no? Kasi kapag ininom mo siya, that is, ang soft drinks kasi is pinsan, actually hindi siya pinsan, may component siya na phosphoric acid. So si phosphoric acid po ay kapatid ng muriatic acid. So, kaya kung titignan nyo, ibuhos nyo po yung Coke sa inidoro, nalilinisan po yung inidoro natin, so natatanggal yung mga mancha. So imagine that if you're drinking that, so aside from causing ulcer, no, technically yung mga spinal cords ninyo, unti-unti rin po niyang kinakain. That's why it can cause osteoporosis or pagrupok ng mga buto-buto if we drink too much soft drinks, no? So at least aware tayo the consequences of drinking too much sweet beverages or soft drinks. Yes, yeah. Fad diet is a big no-no to us as a nutritionist dietitian. So what are the fad diet? So andyan yung low carb diet, liquid diet, grapefruit diet, detox diet, di ba? That are the examples of fad diet. Who among of you experienced or tried the ketogenic diet? Meron po ba? Okay. The ketogenic diet is intended for epileptic patient and it's not recommended for for a normal diet or for losing weight. Okay? Kapag kayo po ay may epilepsy, so technically the ketogenic diet is applicable. But if you're not a if you're not a epileptic patient, then don't do that kasi magkakaroon ka ng imbalance. Somehow it will increase your cholesterol. Though yes, sa findings ng mga ibang tao na effective daw ang ketogenic diet, but still you should be scared of on what you're doing kasi mataas ang fat noon, mataas ang protein, kawawang-kawawa po ang ating mga liver and kidney, no? Or sa ating pangangatawan, so medyo limit lang po tayo sa pagpapatronize ng fad diet. Ganito lang po ang guide niyan. If you want to lose weight, kung babawasan mo ang kanin mo, babawasan mo din po lahat, no? Like pati yung other part of your plate ay bawas, no? If you want to lose weight. Or either bawasan mo yung kanin, bawasan mo yung karne, damihan mo ang gulay. That is much better than doing the fad diet. Okay? Or yung mga itong mga huwad na diet na tinatawag, okay? You should be aware of that, no? Bawasan lang ang kinakain, pero wag po tayong magmo-modify ng kinakain. Okay? Now, we're done with diet. So technically, those diet can be applicable in preventing COVID-19 pandemic. Those are the guides, no, to improve our intake, no, sa ating mga to improve our nutrients. Now, i-connect naman natin, you have your diet already. Let's discuss naman what is the importance of having or being active, no, in preventing COVID-19 pandemic. Yan. We have the formula here. We have the given formula from the National Nutrition Council on how can we achieve good weight. So we have the tamang timbang. For us to achieve the tamang timbang, we should have tamang nutrition. We should have our balanced diet. Then if we have balanced diet, we should have exercise. So balanced diet and proper exercise will lead to tamang timbang. That's why that two component, yung dalawang combination na yan, tamang nutrition and tamang exercise, ang siyang kasagutan for us to have tamang timbang. Okay? Then, why being active is important? So, bakit importante po ang pagkakaroon ng active lifestyle? Number one, it prevents non-communicable diseases. If we do regular exercise, then technically our hormone will release properly, as well as our blood will run properly. So technically, it will prevent non-communicable diseases. And also, it will promote normal weight. Siyempre, nag-exercise ka. So technically, the energy that you consume is nare-release mo rin kasi active yung lifestyle mo. That's why na-attain natin ang normal weight. And also, nababanat ang ating mga muscles as well as the bones. That's why mas stronger siya compare mo sa mga inactive na tao. Then it can promote good sleep pattern. Pansinin nyo, maglakad-lakad ka lang, mag-jogging ka lang, pag uwi mo ng bahay, ang sarap ng tulog mo. Kasi the hormones are released properly. Walang nalilimit sa mga hormones mo na kung naglalabas pa siya ng mga happy hormones. That's why yung good sleep pattern mo is na-achieve talaga siya. And also prevent depression and it makes you happy. Diba? nakita mo na nga, hindi ka nagkakasakit, normal yung weight mo, malakas yung katawan mo, may good sleep pattern ka, then of course, it will prevent depression. Hindi ka kaganon ka agad-agad na di-depress. Then if you have this four, of course, makaka-prevent tayo ng illness and it can save our economy. That's why having active lifestyle is also important aside from diet, no? Or it will help us to prevent the transmission of COVID-19 kasi nga napagsama natin yung combination ng good exercise as well as the good diet. Yan. So what are the consequences of having poor physical activities? So for example, hindi ako active. Or let's say ikaw, tanungin mo sarili mo, nag-exercise ka ba? Sinabi mo hindi. So here are the consequences of having poor physical activities. Number one, of course, you will gain too much weight. Di ba? And also, if you gain too much weight, then the possibilities of having heart disease, stroke, and diabetes and cancer are possibly attainable. Then also, syempre nagkasakit ka na, it will cause budget loss due to medication. And also, you have the low performance in school and work. And dahil dyan, di ba nakita mo, nagkasakit ka na, nagka-diabetes ka na, nabulag ka na, magiging PWD ka naman ngayon. No? So that are the other consequences. Kapag naging PWD ka, tapos nag-exist pa ng nag-exist yung mga sakit na nabuo sa katawan natin, and due to having poor physical activities, it will lead to death. No? So pwede po yung mag-cause ng death sa isang tao kapag hindi tayo active. Yan, nasa key messages na po tayo. So in key messages, we have the 1, 2, 3. So sa 1, 2, 3, ito po yung counting for us in physical activity. So we should have at least 1 hour or more than in physical activity every day. It doesn't mean po na kapag nag-exercise kayo, isang rangkada yung isang oras. It can be staggered, no? 10 minutes naglakad ka mula Longos, let's say mula City Hall hanggang CMU. Diba? 30 minutes. O, counted na yon. Mamaya, babalik ka ulit from CMU to City Hall, naglakad ka ulit 30 minutes. Then that's 1 hour. Diba? Hindi natin nire-require na ubusin mo yung isang oras agad sa isang exercise. Kung kaya mo, mas mainam. Pero, kapag hindi mo kaya at gusto mo putol-putol, pwede po yan. In a simple na naglakad ka ng hagdan, nag-exert ka ng energy, that is counted as physical activity in a day. Okay? Next, ang panonood ng TV o paggamit ng gadgets ay hindi dapat lalagpas ng 2 oras kada araw. Kaso sa paglalaro mo pa lang ng Mobile Legends, umaabot na ng 10 oras, di ba? So that's, di ba? Dapat po ang ating screen time should be 2 hours lamang po. And kumain po ng iba't ibang uri ng pagkain araw-araw at siguraduhin namimit natin yung 3 basic food groups gaya ng Go, Grow, at Glow. So yan po yung key messages natin in achieving good nutrition. So this is just our recommendation. If what are the duration of physical activities every day and what kind of physical activities are considered to be an exercise. Okay. If we are in a range of 21 to 59 years old, we should have at least 30 minutes to 1 hour physical activity. So technically, we recommend at least 1 hour dapat talaga. Then if you are 46 to 59, it should be not less than 30 minutes. So mas nare-reduce po yung physical activity ng mas matanda kasi yung mobility at yung kakayanan ng kanyang mga muscles and bones are mas weaker compare mo sa 21 to 45 years old. Halimbawa, nagplansya kayo, nagluto kayo, nagmap kayo ng sahig, that is considered as exercise. Actually, the way yung pag-aayos nyo ng mga damit, no? Sa pagbabasketball, stretching, pagsasayaw, jogging, and swimming, that is considered as physical exercise already, no? How about for senior citizen? If you have a parent, no, mga senior citizen, actually hindi na po dapat bababa sa 30 minutes ang physical activity nila every day because their muscles and bones are weaker compared to younger age. So we need to alalayan daw po yung mga senior citizen sa pagsasagawa ng physical activity. So kapag yung mga lolo at lola natin or yung mga magulang natin na senior, yung pag-akyat nila ng hagdan mula ground floor hanggang 10th floor ng City Hall, pero malamang di na nila kaya yun, no? Yung simpleng pag-akyat lang nila ng hagdan, paglalakad, gardening, pagtiklop ng damit at pagdidilig ng halaman are the most safe and applicable exercise for our senior citizen. Yan. Who among of you are always or kumbaga laging nakaupo? I know every one of us, especially right now, that we are doing online classes, no? Or online sessions. Usually, nakaupo lang tayo lagi, no? But, based sa studies po, in 8 hours a day na nakaupo tayo, it will cause a higher risk of having cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. That's why we need to stretch at least every 2 minutes. So for example, every 30 minutes na, pwede tayong mag-stretch at least 2 minutes para tumakbo lang po yung dugo ng ating katawan, no? Para hindi lang tayo magkaroon ng sakit na talagang hindi na po namomobilize ng maayos yung katawan natin. At least 2 minutes lang, no? After this session, so may 30 minutes, tumayo muna kayo mamaya at mag-stretch at least 2 minutes, no? Okay. And frequent sitting or pag-upo mo ng buong araw is much more deadly equivalent to smoker, which is very true po yun, based sa studies, na mas nakakamatay po ang pag-upo ng isang oras kaysa sa paghit-hit ng isang stick ng sigarilyo. Okay, take note of this, guys, no? For us to maintain good weight and nutrition condition, we should follow this. 70% will be coming from diet and 30% will be coming from exercise. So ano po ang minimin niya dito? If we want to lose weight, we should manage our diet, no? Exercise cannot give, no, the full result of losing weight unless you manage your diet, di ba? Exercise ka ng exercise, nakakatatlong oras ka pa, lamon ka naman ng lamon. Wala ring mangyayari, guys, no? Or pag nagda-diet ka naman, tapos less lang yung exercise mo, effective siya, mas papayat ka pa nun, kaysa sa nag-exercise ka tapos kain tayo ng kain. That's why if you want to lose weight, 70% should be managed in diet and 30% will be coming from exercise, no? Mahirap po yung yung nasabi ko kanina, magja-jogging ka tapos sabay lamon, no? Mahirap po yun. Okay? So we are almost near na po, no? So we have the 10 commandments. 10 commandments is our guide, no? Para po ma-maintain natin ang good condition ng ating body. Actually, hindi na po natin siya iisa-isahin kasi ito po yung 10, pero basahin nyo na lang po siya kung nakikita nyo po ngayon, no? Or maybe we can read lang pa isa-isa. No? So number 1 is kumain ng iba't ibang pagkain, no? You should eat different types of food. Etong number 2 sa mga lactating mothers dyan or sa mga buntis na nanay, no? You should practice breastfeeding and practice complementing when the baby reach its 6 months. Then kumain ng iba't ibang prutas at gulay araw-araw. Kumain ng isda, karne at ibang pagkain na may protina. Uminom ng gatas, kumain ng pagkain mayaman sa calcium. Tiyaking malinis at ligtas ang ating pagkain at tubig, gumamit ng iodized salt, hinay-hinay sa maalat at mamantika at matatamis, panatilihin ang tamang timbang, at maging aktibo, iwasan ng alak at huwag manigarilyo. Yan po ang 10 utos sa ating tamang nutrisyon na sana po ay sundan po natin para mapanatili nating masigla at malakas ang ating pangangatawan. Yan. Sino po sa inyo ang hindi kumakain ng breakfast, no? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Ako na minanage ko na, nagbe-breakfast na ako araw-araw kasi umiinit ulo ko kapag hindi ako kumakain ng almusal. Yun. Kailangan po kumain po tayo ng breakfast every day kasi this is the fuel of our body, no? Para magawa natin ng maayos yung ating gagawin sa pang-araw-araw. And you know what, sa babae, based on my research, no, sa India daw, ang babaeng hindi nag-aalmusal ay mas mataas ang tendency na nagkakaroon siya lagi ng dysmenorrhea, no? That's why we need to consume our breakfast every day. And also, kapag ini-skip nyo po ang breakfast, so pagdating ng lunch, mas marami po tayong nakakain, kaya mas lalo po tayong nag-gain ng weight if we skip our breakfast, no? And always remember, ito guys, huling habilin sa mga nagmamanage ng kanilang diet, no? If we want to improve our nutrition condition, do it wholeheartedly. Stop saying sana all, di ba? Sana all, sana all. Sana all maganda ang katawan, di ba? Pero walang sana all kapag hindi ka naman kikilos, di ba? Stop praying, kailan kaya ako papayat, Lord, di ba? Lord, sana tulungan mo ako pumayat. Paano ka tutulungan ni Lord ni sarili mo, hindi mo rin tinutulungan pumayat, di ba? Tapos stop doing, bukas talaga hindi na ako kakain. 'Di ba? Dahil marami sa atin sabing, promise bukas na talaga ako kakain. Pero yung bukas mo abot ng abot, puro bukas ng bukas, no? Mamaya lumagpas ka na sa sobrang timbang, bukas ka pa rin ng bukas, no? And stop believing that okay lang ang cheat day naman, 'di ba? Okay lang cheat day naman, 'di ba? Yung kaka-cheat day mo din, bukas cheat day na naman, bukas cheat day na naman, 'di ba? Wala din. Ang kailangan nating gawin is manage your diet and have a regular exercise. Yun, mag-work pa po yun. 'Di ba? Mag-work pa talaga if we do effort in managing our diet and if we want to lose weight. Okay? So yan. So paano natin siya mako-connect naman in preventing COVID-19 pandemic? If we follow those guide ng mga tamang pagkain, if we do exercise, it will help us to boost our immune system. Especially kapag nag-exercise kayo, mas tumatatag po ang baga, no? At hindi siya ganun kadaling kapitan ng COVID-19. So do manage your diet and have a regular exercise. So you are what you eat, make a healthy choice niya kung pagkain ngunit euros sa pagka hindi natin tayo sa coin. So your choices will be kumbaga your choices ay coming from your decision kung anong practice ang gagawin natin sa pagmamanage ng ating diet. Yan guys. If you have any question or if you have any inquiries, you may reach us at 10th Floor City Nutrition Office, or you can make a phone call using this phone number, no? Then if you want to have a updates and news about nutrition, kindly like and follow our fan page in Facebook. Ito po yung Malabon City Nutrition Committee. So with that, thank you very much for listening. So maraming salamat po. Paano mag-stop?
Thank you po, Sir Ferds. The floor po is now open for questions. Hanggang 3 questions lang po for Sir Ferdy. Thank you.
Yeah, if you have any question po, open po. Kasi bukas may bayad na po ang consultation. Joke lang. Yeah, libre pa po. Pwede po kayo magtanong mga ma'am and sir, no? If you have any question about a proper nutrition.
Sir, magandang hapon. Ako po may tanong.
Yes po, sir.
Ano pong vitamins ang marerecommend ninyo? Not the brand, pero yun pong supplement na pwede po nating panlaban sa COVID-19? Thank you.
Okay. Sige sir, thank you very much for that question. Actually, ang pinaka-basic po talaga na kailangan natin for immunoboosting is ascorbic acid or the vitamin C. So that is the well-recommended vitamins right now. And somehow, kapag umiinom po tayo niyan, nire-recommend po namin na uminom po tayo ng 1,000 milligrams, no? Para 1,000 milligrams means 2 tablets, no? Kasi 50% lang kasi, for example, kapag ininom natin yung tablet na 500 milligrams, actually 250 milligrams lang po ang na-absorb noon kasi the other half were excreted in our urine. Kaya minsan ang inaano namin, para ma-meet natin yung 500, nire-recommend namin na i-increase siya into 1,000, especially now that we are experiencing pandemic. And also the multivitamins is is well recommended din as of for now kasi everyday. Oo. Tapos ano po yun, no? The multivitamins is essential din po siya. So that are yun lang naman po yung inaano namin kapag nasa normal condition naman tayo or if we want to boost our immune system, multivitamins and vitamin C is enough, no? To boost our immune system, sir.
Thank you, sir, for that
Thank you po.
enlightenment regarding the vitamins. Meron pa po ba gustong magtanong po kay Sir Ferdy? Pwede niyo po siyang i-type sa ating chat box. Yan.
Yes po.
Or pwedeng mag-unmute na po para makapagtanong.
Actually, hindi question, but a suggestion. If we can ask Sir Fitz to be a contributor sa fitness section natin sa social media platforms ng CMU. Malaking tulong yon. Either whatever fitness something na maiko-contribute mo sa amin, parang article ba or whatever.
Prof, parang mga materials po ba ang need?
Yeah, or article. Anything that can help us have better to be fit.
Yes po. Pwede po. Tapos may mga IEC materials din po kami to share, na pwede namin i-share sa inyo so that may mababasa na to guide po, no, on how to maintain a good nutrition status of our body.
Thank you.
Noted po, Prof.
Si Grace ayaw itanong eh. Sabi niya, kasi diba, SOS, salty, oily, and sweet. Okay.
Yes po.
So talking about oily foods, diba uso air fryer ngayon?
Yes po.
So ang tanong niya, is it really safe or good to eat na kung air fryer ang ginamit mo?
Actually po, Prof, pag air fryer kasi, it will help to reduce the fat din kasi talagang sinusunog niya. So parang siyang griller actually. No, parang turbo lang din siya na parang nabuburn or nare-release yung mga fats coming from the protein na niluluto natin. Pero safe sana yon, pero we should we should be, hindi dapat din yun na puro ang ginagamit natin na pagluluto because of the radiation na kumakapit po dun sa pagkain. Pero somehow, yung air fryer or yung turbo griller po ay nakakatulong po to reduce, no, the cholesterol or yung mga fats na nakadikit sa laman-laman ng protein.
Ayan, meron ka ng lisensya, Grace, na gamitin yung air fryer mo paminsan-minsan.
Thank you, Sir Ferdy, for that enlightenment again for all of us here at the City of Malabon University. No, certificate. We will give you the certificate. I will. Ayan, yan po. City of Malabon University proudly presents this certificate of appreciation to Mr. Fidel Baltazar Dela Cruz in recognition of his invaluable contribution as guest speaker during the Health and Mind webinar with the topic Practicing Better Nutrition During Better Normal, held by Zoom and FB Live, given the 16th day of June 2021, signed Honorable Antolin A. Oreta III, University President.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Sir Feeds. Thank you po sa mga empleyado and students na dumalo po sa ating webinar.
Hope to see you soon here at CMU, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bisitahin mo na kami sa aming office.
Yes po, sir.
Thank you po.
Salamat din po.
Thank you and congratulations again.
Thank you din po.